Welcome back to Hunting God's Country. I'm Jason, and this has been quite an exciting March. There has been so much going on this month. It's kind of surprising how much there is, but if you've seen the last two videos, if you haven't seen the last two videos, I should say, go and watch those. We talked about the Michigan deer baiting license as well as the proposed license fee increases that have been put into the state budget for next year. So go check those out. But tonight, what I want to talk to you guys about is something new, something extra special that we just got word of. This is House Bill 4073, and this bill proposes a warrant for the DNR to come onto private property. Now, the term private property pretty much says, hey, privacy, right? That's what we hope for when we have private property. However, for the eternity, the existence of the DNR, the conservation officers, have been granted the right to proceed onto any property as needed, because oftentimes they are actually chasing down complaints, concerns, poachers, etc. And the amount of time that it would take for them to actually acquire a warrant through a judge, going through the system, by the time the warrant was issued, that entire opportunity for them to do their job could be null and void, gone, missed, that opportunity, etc. You guys know what I'm saying. So, a lawmaker from the northern Michigan has proposed this bill 4073 in order to get a warrant requirement for conservation officers to enter private property. There are some exceptions written into the bill. That would be like if they're already in pursuit of someone and they cross onto your private property, maybe that would be exempt. There's also the opportunity where someone has been reported as to already doing something illegal, where time is of the essence and they would not have to be requesting a warrant in order to access your property. But essentially, in a nutshell, I just wanted to go through this kind of quick and let you guys know that it's out there. This is a bill that is in the House that will be discussed and probably move on. This one might die on the floor. It might make it further. Who knows where we're going to go from here? But I really want to know your comments and what you think about this. I'm not entirely sure of the history of if there's been a lot of complaints or issues where the DNR has sent a conservation officer onto private property, and you know what the specifics of each of those situations are, and why this particular legislator is going for making this change for warrants. But it's a really interesting thing that's popped up. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, and if you have any idea what those situations have been in the past. Supporters of this bill say that this would create a better defined privacy limit. And so what that would do is kind of create a boundary for the conservation officers to not just wander onto your land and make a search geared towards trying to find something that you're doing wrong. Instead, they would have to already have intentions of you doing something wrong and gaining a warrant in order to come in and check that. So this would essentially be probable cause, just like all other law officers have to abide by in order to gain permission. They have to get a warrant in order to do that type of thing. This would be the same idea. This proposal would solve that same thing. Let me read to you what Representative Preston said on the floor of the House when he introduced this bill. This bill is not designated to unnecessarily restrict the duties of conservation officers. It is designated to find a balance. We can and should find that balance and balance the responsibilities of our conservation officers with the privacy rights of our citizens to prevent abuses of power from individual bad actors, and really just to protect our private property rights. So if this is passed, this legislation wouldn't require a warrant of the property owner, authorized access, or if the officer is actively pursuing a suspect or something like that, as I previously mentioned. This is essentially designed to reduce the bad actors, as he said, from just wandering onto your private property to see what you're doing, find out if you have a license, you know, ask if you got bait out, that kind of stuff, whatever those things are, rather than just wandering aimlessly into your property. This would give them a requirement to get a warrant in order to do that. So along with this, a second bill has actually been introduced that would require conservation officers to wear body cameras. Currently, they don't have to. So this body camera effect would turn it into the same scenario that we have with all of our different police precincts, etc. So that's another thing to consider. I don't remember the number of that bill, but there is a second bill that's been introduced in order to request that the conservation officers are required to wear body cameras. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. As always, shoot straight and keep the fire going.